wake from your sleep.
Generally speaking, Nocturne is a play about how a family deals with grief and how it sort of wrecks all of their lives.
Well, this guy kills his sister, and then he kind of runs away from home because his father puts a gun in his mouth, and it's kind of like the catalog of events that happen after this horrific event. I guess there's a lot of this play with fact and truth, and then how memory distorts, and how some things get locked in, and even though they change in your mind, the idea of it's still there.
For me, the play is about, very topically, it's about grief, but it's also about the way we deny ourselves comfort in the mourning process, and also the ways we thwart ourselves from moving on with our lives from difficult situations.
And really, I guess the only way to really overcome anything like that is to face your demons and build a new truth, a new memory. What's really, I think, unique for this type of play, like a solo play, is that the character isn't a people person. So is finding a way to make someone who doesn't want to actually talk to people and who lives in a world of his own mind interesting.
And also that he's intensely literary, intensely well-read, and that comes into the way he's able to communicate, and it's completely interesting. The sort of almost dreamlike way that he's only able to communicate with the people he's talking to.
I don't know. The instinct is to say, well, it really makes you appreciate everything and everyone, or, a lot more wholly, but sometimes that only lasts so long, too, Sometimes that feeling of appreciation fades as the memory or the thing that's caused the grief gets further away from you in time. There is something that you can't really put your finger on, and that's, I think, part of the play is dealing with this thing you can't define, you can't possibly put in words or describe, or you're not really sure even what it's doing to you, and maybe just being all right with that.
He goes through some of the most difficult situations you could, to have your family turn on you, and then your books turn on you, and like every instance of comfort he could have just disappears before his eyes. But it's also ultimately, in the end, about the release and the ease that can be achieved and attained when you can let go.
That you chose.